So who should play the Wolverine in the upcoming MCU films? It's no doubt that Hugh Jackman has done a masterful role as Wolverine in the Fox films and of course in Deadpool and Wolverine, but that begs the question, when eventually he gets recast, and no doubt after Deadpool and Wolverine he will, who is going to be the next Wolverine? And a further question to add to that is, will it even be Logan as Wolverine, or could it be someone different? Let's explore some of the options. If Logan is going to be recast, it's going to have to be someone with a different caliber of performance. Kevin Feige has already said that if any actor tries to come along and tries to replicate what Hugh Jackman did, it would be a massive mistake. That's when he was reflecting upon Hugh Jackman in the role as Wolverine during the Deadpool and Wolverine press tour. And I think it's fair to say that a lot of fans, including myself, completely agree with him. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is something special. He almost is like RDJ in the sense that no one else can really play Iron Man. He's really attached his name to that role. That role is his. So the next person that comes along to play Wolverine is going to have to do something drastically different to not be labeled as a Hugh Jackman Wolverine ripoff. Let's look at some of the actors that could potentially fill that void. Now, the first one that comes to everyone's mind is, of course, Henry Cavill. We all want Henry Cavill to be in the MCU, and who better than Wolverine to be the character that he plays? Now, the only issue we have with Henry Cavill is that he sort of suffers from the John Krasinski effect. And essentially that is, a lot of fans wanted him to be the MCU Wolverine. When Disney ended up buying out Fox, a lot of people just assumed that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was done and he was never going to return, maybe only in Secret Wars. People just assumed that that was it now, we are going to recast and there's going to be another Wolverine. Not expecting Hugh Jackman to come back, 7 years down the line after Logan released, to come back to play the character again. Fans of the character, including myself at one point, have been championing Henry Cavill, and no doubt he was a very good pick at first, but it's kind of got a little bit overwhelming. And now we've seen Henry Cavill as a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. The likelihood is he's probably not coming back, and he probably will not be the MCU Wolverine. And like I mentioned, it's the John Krasinski effect. Everyone wanted him to play Mr. Fantastic. He did play Mr. Fantastic in Multiverse of Madness, but now obviously it's Pedro Pascal, and whoever the casting director was for the Fantastic Four film and whatever story they're going with in that movie clearly thinks that Pedro Pascal is the right fit for the character and that version of Reed Richards that they are going to be doing, and not John Krasinski. And the same probably applies for Henry Cavill. The next option is probably the second most fan favorite option, and I'd say maybe in the last year or so probably the more popular option, is Daniel Radcliffe. Now, Daniel Radcliffe originally, I don't think many people considered, but then when he did that one movie, Guns Akimbo, everyone was like, oh my god, Daniel Radcliffe would be the perfect Wolverine. And to be fair, I think he probably would. Daniel Radcliffe, out of this entire list of actors that I'm going to be giving you in this video, I think is probably my favorite out of the lot. I think he would absolutely smash this role out of the water. I think the fan castings are valid. Most of the time, fan castings are kind of like, okay, they kind of look like the character, and a lot of people just want to see them in this larger universe. But I genuinely think Daniel Radcliffe would absolutely smash Wolverine out the park. I think he has the right caliber, he has the right range as an actor, and I think he's that kind of actor that has that presence that Wolverine and Logan definitely deserves on screen. So yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is a very good option. Now moving on to some maybe left field options, the next one I have is Anthony Starr, best known for, of course, playing Homelander in The Boys. Now, this is a actor that I didn't initially think of, but when I was researching actors that could play Wolverine for this video, Anthony Starr became very apparent. Anthony Starr is one of those actors, like I mentioned with Daniel Radcliffe, that has a presence on screen, and that is very apparent when he plays Homelander. Now, Homelander's presence is very different to what Logan's would be on screen, but we have to remember Anthony Starr is an actor, and he's a very, very good actor at that. So I do think he could convert that presence he brings as Homelander and bring it over to the MCU as Wolverine. I think Anthony Starr could give one hell of a performance in that role. And then when I started looking into what other people thought about Anthony Starr being Wolverine, a lot of people kind of had the same opinion. Like, yeah, he'd be great. He'd absolutely kill it. Plus, also, I think if Anthony Starr doesn't want to be known as Homelander for the rest of his life, I think Wolverine may be a good way to go. But maybe this is a little bit too fan-casty, so my next option is maybe an actor that's less well known, especially in kind of the superhero medium, and that is Logan Marshall Green. Now, of course, Logan Marshall Green was already in Spider-Man Homecoming, but the MCU has recasted before actors in different roles. Then again, they are probably more cameo, more minor roles, but Logan Marshall Green played one version of the Shocker, who then eventually died and never ended up coming back. So there is a good chance that potentially he could come back to play a different character, and I don't think anyone would really notice. He has the tenacity, and he definitely has the look to play Wolverine. I don't think I would prefer him over maybe someone like Daniel Radcliffe, but he definitely is a shout. And my last option is one that definitely wouldn't happen, but I had to throw him in here because I really love the actor. That's Tom Hardy. Right, let's be honest. If Tom Hardy wasn't Venom, he would be Wolverine. I'm sorry. Tom Hardy is just an incredible actor, but I mean, the look, man. He just looks like Wolverine. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tom Hardy, I just think he's a great actor, and if he wasn't playing Venom, he would be Wolverine, but obviously, he plays Venom, so there is no chance he's going to be Wolverine. Like, even though Venom is a part of the Sonyverse, he's probably going to be in Secret Wars at some point. He'll probably maybe even be in Doomsday, you have no idea. And then after that, he might even become a part of the MCU. There's also a chance that he might have a crossover movie with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So then casting him as Wolverine would just be very complex and a little bit difficult, especially if Spider-Man or anyone in the Spider-Man movies ends up interacting with Wolverine. They'd be like, wait a minute, weren't you Venom? Like, you know what I'm saying? So Tom Hardy is just a shout I wanted to throw in there. I love Tom Hardy, so I gotta throw him in there, okay? I think a lot of people would like to see him as Wolverine, but it's just not gonna happen. But either way, now that I've listed my top picks for actors that I'd like to see play Wolverine, I'm gonna give you maybe a little bit more of a left field theory. And my theory is that maybe potentially Logan won't be the MCU Wolverine at all. If we go back to look at what Kevin Feige actually said, he said that it's gonna be hard for anyone to replicate what Hugh Jackman did, and it would be a massive mistake if they tried to follow in his footsteps. Now, while that could mean that they're taking Logan as a character in a different direction in the MCU, I think personally, potentially, that could also mean that it might not be Wolverine at all. Potentially, the Wolverine in the MCU could end up being someone like X-23. Now, of course, we have Daphne Keane, who played X-23 in Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine. She could very well, if she somehow escapes the void, can come back to play the Wolverine in the MCU. However, because Deadpool and Wolverine was kind of a celebration and a send-off to those Fox characters, I very much doubt she will be coming back to play the role, but she is an option. And also, if you do bring that version of X-23 into the MCU to become the Wolverine of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that would also kind of be a legacy character to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So it would also be, in a way, paying tribute to Hugh Jackman Wolverine as the MCU continues and as that Wolverine then becomes a part of maybe the MCU's X-Men. But once again, that could get complicated, but the option is there. Another option is that it could just be X-23 but played by a different character, and potentially the Logan of the MCU is already dead. We have no idea. Potentially that is another option. The Wolverine of the MCU could also be Gabby Kinney as well. We have no idea. There are multiple options of who the Wolverine of the Marvel Cinematic Universe could be, but let me know in the comment section down below, if it was to be Logan again, which actor would you like to play him? And if it isn't Logan, is there another legacy character of Wolverine, potentially X-23, potentially someone else that you would like to see be the Wolverine of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Let me know down below. I want to hear all your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel for more comic book videos. If you enjoy comic book videos, here's some more on the screen right now that you may enjoy as well. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.